Hi all, right, back with more DD at Saipan. This is part 23. This could possibly be the last part, but knowing me, it might end up being broken into two if it takes me so long. I did have things, before I pressed record there, I was looking over things, so let's get right to it. Yeah, nothing to talk about. We got some nice result down here, didn't we? Looks like we should have done that sooner, however, there you go. Right, so I think I'll delve into this situation. Now, we need 12 strength attacking because it's going to get halved into the woods to get 6 to 2, to get 3 to 1, to eliminate that, and we've shut off communication. So, what I'm going to do is attack with this, which is 5, and there's the demolitions requirement. So that's 5, and then this engineer for 8. So I'm going to put them down the bottom of that disrupted unit. Okay, and I could get the rest from... I'm going to have to use an action for these though. So, but then I want to attack this brown position. I could get the help of this, but I would need an action. So yeah, so what I've got to do is 8. I need another 4 strength. So I'm actually going to attack with this. And I'm just going to go for the assumption that I can use that LVT. When attacking with that as well. I think it was said that it needed to be with alongside one of the battalions, but I mean that's a headquarters. I think that sounds like it's alright. I did wonder if even if I'd used the engineer instead, that maybe the engineer would have been fine. Oh actually, hang on, Grant. Well, hang on though. The engineer's got flamethrower demolitions anyway. This guy's going to be attacking from range. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so I'm going to assume I can do that. So that gives me the 12 strength. We had the demolitions, like I say. And these two guys have still got a free move from being stacked with that headquarters. So we're getting this guy. Oh. Right, hang on. No, we're not. He's going to withdraw, Grant. He's going to withdraw into the green position. Right, hold that thought for a moment. Well, I know red doesn't fire into here because there's an LVT-A in here. And I thought about using that and then realised that red didn't fire into there. So, yellow's disrupted. So why don't we just, before we make that attack, can I just move that LVT-A into there? It's along the railroad. So no issues there, I don't think. I mean, I could maybe have picked something else, but do I really need that LVTA to do anything? No. Okay, so we're going to sort of like ignore that little bit of nonsense there until we've actually put that in there. Then we're going to make this attack, and then he's nowhere. Oh, don't tell me. He can withdraw into there, can't he? Yeah. Well, hang on, Grant. He can only withdraw if he can trace communication, Grant. Isn't that right? The bit that's bothering me here is it says the hex that you move to doesn't need to be in communication, which is kind of strange, but it says, right, to withdraw, an elite unit cannot withdraw if the unit cannot trace a Japanese communication. Okay, so yeah, that's why you can't withdraw, Grant. Let's put this LVTA back, because we're being silly, aren't we? This this elite Japanese unit cannot trace communication through that hex because we are exerting control into that hex. We're exerting control into this hex. Yeah, he's eliminated. Now he goes in the eliminated, Japanese eliminated, Japanese elite units eliminated box. Right, so he goes in there. Right, that was a bit daft and clumsy, all that, wasn't it? Right, and that wasn't an action to do that. So let's move on. with this brown position then, because we're as well trying this. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm anywhere near to, if I'm going to be anywhere near to the points or not probably until the end, because I think it's going to matter. It's going to depend on us CCing that yellow unit up in the north portion there. Because we know there's 9. We know we can get 9 points here, but we need another 6. And I really think that can only come from up there. Looking around, there's a slim possibility of something in there. Maybe, because we could attempt to take that green position out and get adjacency here. It just depends where these positions fire into. Well, the purple fires into there, but they don't fire into there. So it might well be that we could trace communication from these 3 maybe. We got to watch blue fires into there as well, Grant. So in actual fact, hang on. That blue position is firing into there as well. And you'd have to go through there to trace. So we'd probably have to take the blue position out as well. So I think the blue position there is more important than the red. Yeah, because there is a chance of getting the green and the blue and then maybe getting 2 or 3 points from there, I think. Right, back to where you were supposed to be concentrating on at the moment, Grant. So the rest of the 3 moves from here, we're going to attack that brown position with 5. And I'm just going to put these down below now. So we've got 5 strength attacking here. And they get a free action because they were stacked with this. So 5. And then I'm going to give this an action to attack at range. Oh, no, I'm not. You blundered, Grant. Oh, brown doesn't fire into there either. I'm going to have to rewind that then. I mean, I've not revealed any new information, so I thought I could get away with doing it that way. So I'm going to have to attack that red. Let's assume... What did I have? 5, 8. I had 8 attacking, and I needed 12. You know what? Let's just assume that I attacked with that instead, because I'm going to want all that strength for there. So that attack was not from the stack. Let's adjust that as well. Sorry, guys. I'm just realising some blunders. So we still had enough. We've got 8. To be honest, that's 15. We only really needed 12. So could we have done it any differently? No, because that would be 5. What did I say? We needed 12. Yeah, right. Let me keep that available then. Let me keep that engineer unit back. So that is me attacking with 12 in there. Cut down to 6. We then would have 6 to 2, eliminating the unit because he can't trace communication. And that was an action. Okay. Yeah, right, mess of that, something like that. Right, and then this is all going to go in there then. So whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. 9. So that's the best we're going to get anyway. So 9 strength, and that's all a free action, that. Okay, and no enhancements to it, so let's just see what we get. Demolitions and mortar. Demolitions might be... Actually, we've got an LBT A in there, haven't we? So sorry, 2... What did I say? I had 9. So we've got the 3 to 1. Do we have the weapons? Well, we've got mortar from that. Oh, demolitions for the engineer. There we go. Bingo. So we've got 9 to 2. We have the weapons. Oh, come on, Grant. Right. Oh, I'm not going to get away with this too because I've revealed the unit. Oh, you fool. See this wee engineer that I just flipped over, and we know he's getting a free action as well. That's why you've got to be careful about how you do things, eh? I should have looked at that and seen that, shouldn't I? Because this guy's going to now withdraw into here. Because he's in communication. He doesn't care that that hex is not in communication. He's going to withdraw into there. Well, you know what? We could maybe... We would need another action. We've got another tank, 2 tanks down there. And red fires into there. And this time he would not be able to trace communication. But if I'd put an engineer into there... Well, if I'd moved the engineer in there before I'd made this attack, and you should look at before you make attacks, if you're turning over an elite unit, look at where it's going to withdraw. Think about it, Grant. And also could it withdraw to another detachment? Well, I'm gonna have to not allow myself that move because it's a wee bit unfair because. If that had not been an elite unit, we would have eliminated it and not thought any different about it. So, if I should have done it before I made the attack. But can we take that out now? Oh, no. We can't attack that position now. Ah, that's brutal. I've already attacked that position, haven't I? Yeah. So I can't attack it again. If it had moved to a hex that we hadn't attacked yet this turn, then yes. But we have attacked that position. Okay, I could rewind and say, look, I'll put this engineer in here because it makes sense, but I feel like that's maybe taking a step too far. So, I'm going to leave it. Yeah, divvy. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to leave it. So he would have withdrawn from the brown position into there, I think. Okay. So now we can't attack that. We've tried... No. Yeah, we attacked and disrupted that. See, this is where you should maybe... I suppose I could look back on the footage though, but should maybe mark things, because I noticed that before, that because it's taken me that long to get through the action phase, I've came back a couple of times and then wondered, right, have I attacked this? I do remember that I did, because I couldn't flank it, could I? I disrupted it and then I moved them into a flanking position, haven't I? So that we could do it next turn. That's not a point though, is it? No, because blue fires into there. So that doesn't count as a point, that one where it's sitting there, because blue fires into there, yellow fires into there, and yellow fires into there. So there's no communication trace for it. However, the other 9 that we've got, well, there's one that we're still got to fill the slot for. So, yeah, careful with that, Grant, because I need an action to do that, I think. Well, I did wonder about the possibility of something making 3 movements up that was getting a free action. It would have to be either... I'm sure not that LVT, would it? Well, that's going up the road, but once it hits there, it hits the railroad there, and then I think the road carries on into there. I mean, if it was allowed to go by the road, it would be able to go 1, 2, 3, I think. Because that's a strange bit, that road, though, because the road, it's 2 roads. One definitely goes into this hex, but the other road, it looks like it sort of catches a bit of that hex and then moves into the other hex. So I'm not sure if there's a road connection between that hex and that hex, because of the way that is. However, that would still just be one. It's just a clear hex anyway, isn't it? But we've got that issue about what we've been doing. Well, we could give it a try. You need to draw a card for it. Okay, and there's an LVT. Now, there's a thought. The LVT's go away at the end of turn 4. I'd like to think I could still count them for victory points before they disappear. Where did it say that they go away? Maybe in the back of the book. There it is. It's in the setup of scenario 1, page 29, 18.2.1, and it's important to note at the end of that rule. Important, all LVT units are removed from play at the end of game turn 4. Well, I'm going to say it's going to count. I'm going to count up my score before the game turn 4 ends. It's just that if I put an LVT in there and it was to get removed before I started counting my points up, you can see what I'm saying, I wouldn't get the point. Right, I'm going to try that. I know I'm jumping all over the place here. It's just I'm looking at the map and then I'm wondering, trying to find things to do properly. And let's try this, because this would be a free action. So I'm going to move it up the road 1. Now there's no issues there, no fields of fire, no movement under fire into that hex or that hex. It's going up the road, but it is going to this railroad here. I wish I had went and asked this question, and I actually keep forgetting to go and ask it, but to be honest, it looks like Joe's a bit not around right now anyway. So as it moves into here, and I've still got 1 movement point left, I'm going to check. I'm going to draw a card and hope it's not a diamond. That's triangle. Okay, good. So, and then it's going to carry on, so it's not going to break down. It's then going to finish its movement and there. And that means I'm not using action. I mean, it might not be relevant, but I want to make sure that, obviously, if you've got other actions you want to move stuff with. Okay, so I think that's us got our 9 points there, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and that one doesn't count. And they can all trace. They can't trace through that hex because that blue fires into there. But they can trace through this hex. Now, this blue is from this position, and the red's there, and the purple's there. So they can all just filter down through that bit to the beach hex to trace their US communication. So 9 points there. We still need 6 more. And again, there's no point looking down here for them, I don't think. No, because even if I moved into there, a blue fires into there, so yeah, none of that's any good. I might still want to move these units, but well, it's irrelevant if you're going to stop playing the game, Grant, I suppose. I think I should probably finish my movement and finish a turn, and then I'd like to hopefully can do it tonight, but well, you need to get on with it, Grant, because then I can sleep on it. I've got work tomorrow, and I can think about where I'm at, maybe giving more time for some answers to come through still that we're waiting on, and then I can make my decision. Right, okay. Yeah, I just don't have a clue what I want to do with this stuff. Well, I was looking here first and I thought, can we get adjacent to this? Can we move from there to there? Well, yellow intense in here. This is movement under fire into there. Well, this wouldn't happen till the end anyway. That's disrupted. So this whole stack moving into there, we're going to draw yellow. He's got a depth marker as well. There's going to be two shots. That's in the woods, Grant. And it was in a contour. I've screwed that up, haven't I? Yeah, I must have done. There's no way we had Yeah, I messed that up, haven't I? Thought that was a bit too good to be true. When we first flipped the unit and got a 4, an actual, I mean, well, unless, maybe I was, maybe, hang on. Well, shouldn't you look back? Would it not be easier? Well, I must have been attacking with this, but did I not get some range from that? I'm going to go back and look at how that combat worked. No, we were okay. That's a relief, actually, because I was about to think, I can't be bothered try to fix that. We used an airstrike. We used our last airstrike point, and we had 5. We had 8 strength, and the 5 from the airstrike, which was 13, which was halved, rounded up to 7, and then we turned that over, and we had the 3 to 2 odds, and then and then we had 1 to 1 odds. We had 7 strength. Yeah, okay. So ideally, we want 14 strength adjacent to that, don't we? At least 14 gives us the 1 to 1. I'm talking about, future turns, to make an attack. Because that disrupts. So we want at least 1 to 1 odds, which means we need 14 because it's halved going into the woods. You get 3 for this. There's disruption underneath, but am I going to be able to remove disruption? Because he's got a depth marker? I can't remember. I don't think I am. I think I'm going to attempt to make this move with a stack. You know what? It's in blue as well. Blue fire's in there too. So we're going to be checking for blue or yellow, and they both got 2 shots. Now hang on. I'm saying they've got 2 shots. No, movement of the fire doesn't do that, does it? Sorry, Matt. Yeah, it doesn't matter about the depth marker. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure I remember reading that it can only hit 1 unit. So that's not quite so bad. However, finding out that the blue, we're going to draw a card, and we're leaving intense blue and intense yellow. So if we draw blue or yellow, it's a definite hit. And remember, it leaves the unit back here disrupted. And what have we got? Well, we're not doing that. We've got that, and he's got a step loss already. Well, it might be worth it, actually, because if we take the hit on that guy and leave him back in the hex, we're bringing 10 strength up. Yeah, that's enough. So as long as nothing happens to them, we're going to have 13 to be able to attack with, half rounded up to 7, and that's what we need to disrupt. Okay, let's do that then. So I'm going to attempt, and this is free action from the regimental HQ. Sorry, I know it's glary there. I think I've tried with the light off. I think it looks kind of dim though, doesn't it? It's probably okay, isn't it? But it's not overly glary either. And to be honest, it's better for me to see it that way. So now I'll maybe watch back the footage there and see what it looks like with the light off. Right, so we're going to make this move into C7. We're going to have to check for movement under fire. And go to draw a card, and if blue or yellow's on the card, we have to take 1 hit. Yeah, it's definitely 1 hit, yeah. I'm not going to go and look it up. I'm getting tired of all this looking up things. Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to just ignore everything completely, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Right, here we go. Let's not have blue or yellow. Or we could have blue and yellow. Okay, well, just as well getting it done in a one-off. So means I'm going to take the hit on this guy. So he's going to flip over. Hang on, Grant. Hang on. Yeah. And we're not going to be able to do all that attack because we've got a unit from 324, an HQ from 124, and an HQ from 224. So, and the unit that I'm taking the hit on would be, I'd be better taking the hit on maybe the other unit, because that's at least from 124, and that's his headquarters. Is this able to make a move in there? It won't, will it? Oh, wait a minute. No, because it's one. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, if it's not leaving anything, 1.5, 3, please don't fire into here. No, it's just brown and blue and red. Ooh, that's good then. Okay, so I will take... Yeah, I'm going to take the step loss on this other guy. I'm going to take this guy with me. So he's going to have moved in okay. And the headquarters is going to move in okay. Right, but they're both from 124. Admittedly, he's a reduced... Has he got a step loss as well? No. He's full. 7, 12, 15 we would have. Right, that works. I know what... Well, I say we're taking away from here. Did we not decide... Yeah, our attack was coming from this battalion, wasn't it? That's the thing. You've got to just... The whole battalion bit is... So, this is guy taking the step loss and is going to be disrupted through the movement under fire. L324. There's his step loss counter. Now he's carried out an action as well. That, and then disruption on the top. Okay, and the regimental HQ stays where he is for now. And then I'm going to take a free action again from the regimental HQ with this 124. And I'm going to move him 1.5 into that sugarcane, and then 1.5 into this. And that works out nice. I mean, yeah, these could all... They could take 2 hits, to be honest, but you've got to try and make some moves. Right, that was on there. That's fine. Okay. This is from 224. That's a tank. The 224 stuff, was that this unit here? No, that's 324. The 224's over here, yeah. It might well be that I just leave this guy sitting, I think, because he's in a safe enough hex. In fact, why don't you make it easy on yourself? You want to get this finished, Grant. Just say, I'm just turning that because I'm not going to move that. And I don't think I'm going to move that either, but there's disruption units underneath. As for the regimental HQ, probably not going to move that either. Maybe move it into here if it's safe. I think green fires into here. It does. So we don't really want to do that either, do we? Although blues... Is it blue and yellow firing into here? Yeah. So I mean, that's to be honest, slightly safer hex, but you would... Yeah, because that's steady fire. So I might do that, because you would need the star to hit that. Saying that, if you've got... yeah, no, you need the star. Then again, if there was nothing in there to hit, then it would hit it. Well, green fires into there too. So I'd like to think it would hit something. Okay, so I can come back and revisit that. Don't think I'm moving any of that. I don't know about the disrupted stuff, like, if there's possibilities. And what about this here? This is 325. And then we had an action underneath. Well, yeah, I don't think there's big places for these guys to go. I think I'm just going to leave these. I possibly don't need... I could possibly move that away and this, maybe. Yeah. Actually, something's just caught my mind there. I thought I was getting away with this, but I need to revisit this again because of the contour. I remember talking about the contour. This is on a hill. And that just, I mean, really? So wooded hex, right? US unit attack strength is halved into it. And hill, 2 times Japanese unit strengths. And the way that's written as well, no, it's unit strengths. It's not depth marker. Because the way it's written for the pillbox is defense strength. And for the hill and the mountain, it's the unit strengths. Though it does look like I messed it up. That's like really hard though, isn't it? I mean, okay, we turned over this, it could have been just a 1 or a 2, and then the depth marker was almost as bad. So that kind of tells me that strength was 8. And it was actually 11 we had in that hex. Maybe just throw the towel in now. That's a big blunder, I think. Yeah, it's annoying because that's put a bit of damper on things for me, and I'm thinking, why bother? That is right, and I mean they are all hilltop positions. I tell you what, it's a tough. Well, mind you, I mean, I was thinking that was tough, and then we disrupted it reasonably easy. Got rid of the depth marker, didn't we? So yeah, as long as you know what I mean, getting that unit. And well, here's the other. I mean, there was 4 elite units with a 4 strength that came into play in game turn 3, and we drew one of them. In the very first draw of a reinforcement, we drew 1. And remember, there was a bunch that were already there, and then a lot of 2 and a couple of 3 strength ones. But we managed to draw the 4, and not just the 4. The depth marker that come with it was pretty strong. We were really lucky with the weapons, though, weren't we? We had all the weapons and thought we were getting away with it, but that's. I'm not so sure I can go back and fix that now, really. Even, do you want to go back and fix it? Well, the annoying factor is that it's going to stop me from playing on, isn't it? So. And nothing. Well, to be honest, I've done that much recording over the last few days. I don't think that part's even been is even available for viewing at the moment that I'm speaking. So it's not that somebody could have spotted it, or maybe it is out there actually, but there's some tough hexes, really. I mean, into the woods on a hill. You know, there when that one's not, it's a hill right enough. But I mean, there's quite a few of them up there, aren't there? This is in a hill in the woods. So is that all of them up there are. Maybe not showing you, but up there they're all in the woods on a hill. Where that one's not on the hill. But I think that's right. It says terrain combat effects chart hill, which is level 3, 2 times Japanese unit strengths. And I mean, it shows how is the same sort of colour. I mean, on the terrain key, I don't see a difference between hill and mountain, but I'm assuming that the mountain. Well, there you go. These are mountain hexes. That's with artillery, isn't it? That's a darker brown than what that is, and it's up another contour you can see. So. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, but that means that is definitely on a hill. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of tempted to call the game then. It would be interesting to know if, because I mean, that situation down in the south part of the map there wasn't gaining me any points. So it'd be quite interesting to find out how the CC would end up, but I'm not really able to do that until the end of the turn. Well, why don't you just ignore what's happening down there, Grant, and try... Let's get these units moved and see... see how many potential points you might have, because I've not really looked at that. Okay, so coming in from another angle, I need to stand up to do this, really. So we said that we can't have anything that's in the blue field of fire. Well, no, that's not true. Yeah, blue fires into that hex. So we could trace communication from there, in there, and down there and out. Yeah? So that is a valid hex. So we want something in that. That would give us a point. That would give us a point if we could get there. I'm not so sure we could. Well, actually, that would give us a point too, because we could trace through there. But I don't think we can get... hang on, there's a road there, Grant. Yeah, but I need to go up and along. Nah. And what about the hill terrain? Is that... Well, it's one leg movement. It's 2 for vehicles, but... Well, I could get into that hex, couldn't I? Because it's 1 movement into there, because we're on the railroad. Yeah. And then it... no, stop. Because I'm leaving blue steady of fire to move into it. So that's an extra movement point, and then you're 2 moving into the woods. So that doesn't work. Is it AFV? Yeah, it's a +1 into the woods as well. So we can't get into that hex. We could get into that. So let's just look here. 1, the red line comes along there though, Grant. So you've got things on this side of it. Why don't you just start moving some stuff, Grant? Well, the move from there to there would be a movement under fire as well. If I moved up through that way, was that 1.5? Yeah, that's not any good either then. 1.5 and then R2 is 3.5. Well, hold on. What am I trying to do? Just try to move into this hex, yeah. Yeah, it's movement under fire as well, though. Well, actually, the sugar cane is only 1 for the vehicle. So I could move a vehicle in there and then another 2 points in there if I've got 1. No. Right, hang on. No, I don't have any vehicles in either of these 2 hexes, which is really would be the only option. Why is this guy? They attack the red, yeah. That's an LVT in there, but it's not any good. Yeah, it would have needed to be in one of these 2 hexes, then we could move 1 into there rather than 1.5, and then 2 into there. So the only way we can get into A2 is doing a movement under fire. But there's other hexes, Grant. You know, this. So that'd be 1. We could get a point there. Or we could get a point for there because it can trace communication, well, just into there actually. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, we're basing all this on the yellow situation, of course. So we only need 6 to get to the 15. So we don't actually need to attempt that, really. What is that? An engineer and what? An LVT, wasn't it? Could we try moving with him into that A2? We draw for blue, movement under fire. And the LVT would need to check for... Well, if it got in there... Well, no, I'd just take the hit in the LVT, wouldn't I? Right, I'm gonna get free action from being adjacent to the regimental HQ for these guys to move into here. That takes all their movement because they're leaving intense field of fire, and then they need to do a movement under fire. So draw a card for a blue. No blue, so no hit, which is good. But I now need to draw for the LVT going into the railroad, and it's a triangle. We'll draw for a triangle. You get a diamond, sorry, glary there. So it's okay. Yeah. Well, I really wanted to move the 2 because that means you succeed with the movement under fire situation, don't you? You need to move 2 units. It's just that I've got to remember that I want to keep units. I want to have enough to get 6. Well, that gets 1 that I wasn't counting. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're sitting in 4 at the moment. And then all we need to do is 1, 2, I think. It'd probably be quite nice to try and get something into there, but. Yeah, maybe? No. Well, that's along the railroad. That'd be 1 movement. And then 1.5 into there. So can I not do that with somebody? Yellow's disrupted. Yeah, I'm going to do that with this guy. Yeah, so 1 along the railroad. And then into there. Not any issues with that, I don't think. Heavy weapons, well, he's as well sitting where he is. Right, what have we got in here? 2, 6 and 2, 6. Right, let's move. Hang on. If I'm leaving blue there, that's all my movement to move into there. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll move. I will move this into there. And then I'll move this with all his movement into there because it's leaving intense blue. That's disrupted. And then I'll just move that into there. Whoops. Right, that's disrupted and has a step loss. Right. Flip them round again. Right, give me a sec. Right, okay. So, yeah, I think that's alright. Again, I don't think I can do anything with this guy. This is disrupted. Disrupted underneath. We've got the regimental headquarters. So I think give us, well, again, based on Yellow getting eliminated, which is a tough call, really. But if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we've got 7 points there. I suppose there would be potential for another couple. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we'd be able to if we've got enough of the units, really. So as for this close combat, yeah, all we can do. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, all we can do is chuck all this in. So I'm going to move this in now. That's an action for that, isn't it? Well, we've not used an action yet. So, yeah, I'm going to move L36 and the LVTA in now. And because this is disrupted, we do need to do a check for fire. So I need to draw a yellow I don't even know if I need to decide right at this moment if we're doing deliberate close combat or if I can wait and see the result. I'm not so sure. I think it's better to still do the deliberate, but remember this has got to do a check going in as well. So, yeah. Right, so I'm going to do a check for this. So we're going to draw, as long as it's no yellow, if it's got yellow, we need to check for the symbol. Okay? So here we go. Yeah, I do have yellow and it's a triangle. So I see a circle on top, so that's good. So fingers crossed. Oh, it's a circle. Okay, so we avoid the fire there. So we're in that hex. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move things about a little bit. Okay, so I've just moved them out of the hex. That's what's in the hex. I forgot that other unit. It went back into there. It did, eh? Where did it? Oh, it was the one from the red position, wasn't it? Now there you go again. That was poor timing, wasn't it? Because if I had put US units in there first, that guy wouldn't have... Well, actually, Martin asked that question. I'm not sure he got an answer to that one. That was a question he asked, wasn't it? Could the unit then have withdrawn into a hex that was conducting deliberate close combat? I'm not sure he did get an answer to that. But, however, I should have done that first. So, you've got to be... Yeah, if I play this game, if I was to play this game again, when I attack units... Certainly in the early part, the first 4 turns of the game, or any units on the coast that you think are going to be detachments. To be honest, there's still some... Nah, maybe not. There's a couple still that get deployed later on, actually. Detachments, aye. That's right, isn't it? So, yeah, and if I'd put the units in first, I don't think he would have been able to withdraw. And now we've got this situation. Oh, Martin... Nah, it's still 4 this time, isn't it? They've got the 4 strength because they've got 3 for the 2 units, and this only gets halved, but it gives them the 4 strength, so it gives them the extra card. So they're going to get an extra card for that, an extra card for 2 CCs. Yeah. So I'm just putting this out. Right, so I'm going to move this HQ in as well because we kind of need the flamethrower. So I'm going to draw a card. Well, that's to be a yellow star, doesn't it? Right, well, I suppose that could happen, Grant. Right, let's draw. No, because we can't have this. We can't have the star as a symbol. How does that work then? Well, it says you treat it as steady fire because we've got this disrupted. You treat it as steady fire, so, and it's fire by a revealed position. So we draw a card and we're looking, the US units of any type with the target symbol indicated lose a step. Well, to me, we can't draw, there's not a star as a target symbol. I'm going to draw a card and just, Right. So we did get yellow, right? But that would have to be a star, and they don't have that. So what am I missing the obvious there? Do I need to look for the star, or does it need to be a star in the yellow box? I don't think any of that makes any sense, but you know what? I've got yellow, I've not got the star anywhere. There's no star anywhere. But let me know what you think about that one, actually, because I don't know how that should work. Yeah. So, okay, so he survives as well. And we'll bring that down there as well. And of course, this is a deliberate close combat, so it's not going to happen till the end. Well, actually, it's the end, but before we remove disruption, wasn't it? That was it. That was a 1. Yeah, that was 1. So, well, these are all disrupted. That's the headquarters. I can stretch out, what was it, 3 hexes? Yeah, I'm just going to leave that where it is then, I think. Right, and none of this, well, there's a lot of stuff in here. Well, we've got a pink position. Sorry, pink. I should say pink. Yeah, we've got some stuff to attack in here. So I suppose. Oh, wait a minute. I used an action up there, didn't I? Yeah, that was the action was used for that unit moving in, wasn't it? So I'll just put that there. Now we also need to remember that the reduced unit and the LVTA came from that hex, and then the HQ came from that hex, or was it that one? I think it was that one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was that one. So we need to remember that as well. But that's just used one action. So, okay. Let's see if we can do him with this then. Right, I've not got enough of a lot of time left. This is creeping up on the hour as well. So what I think I'll do is try and make a couple of attacks just to make it kind of easier and not deep thinking about what I need to do. So, well, this into the purple. Oh, that's got the black buildings. I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's definitely the black ones and not the grey ones. So that is black buildings, double Japanese unit strength. Okay. So he gets double strength. What have we got there? It's going to be reduced. Oh no, it's not. So that'd be 8. That'd be 11. Hang on, that's 3, 8. Yeah, 3, 8. Be 11. 3, 8 there. Is he taking a step loss though? No, he's not. And an LVTA actually. We could get range assistance from they two. Yeah, I suppose it's actually possible to get another couple of points there, isn't it? Green and red firing into there. Red, blue, green, and well, the yellow still fires into there. It's all about the yellow, really. Yeah, because once you move into here, then you've got this purple. Oh no, we're trying to take the purple out. Okay. So, yeah, I suppose I'm stopping to think because I could maybe move. Don't really want to move to that, but. Well, that's from 3-8, so I should get the assistance of that. So, yeah, he's going to join this attack. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, that's a lot. Do I need that? Don't know, these units are slightly further inland, and he's getting double strength. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to, because I only get half of this as well, haven't I? So what did I say? 11. It's no 18 at all. So that's 7, 10, 11, all from 3-8. 3rd Battalion 8 Regiment. 11, and then that becomes a 4, doesn't it? It's half rounded up. So that's 15. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that then. Disrupted. Yeah, I'm going to have that issue again with the disruption in between. Wait out till I fix this. It's quite awkward to do that. So the engineer unit down the bottom is disrupted, but can still have an action this turn. And then the unit in between is making the attack. So he's getting half the 4. What did I say? 11? 15. Is that right? 15. I thought I said 13. 7, 10, 11, and then the 7 is halved, but rounded up to 4, so it's 15. Yeah. Okay. Watching the dog. She's rolling on her back, playing with a toy. 15. Okay, well we do this. Grant. You don't want to chuck. Well, I mean, yeah, you could chuck the LVTA in as well. What are we going to get here though? I mean, if it's a 2, we get 4. 8, 12, that's 3 to 1. I'm just going with that. So 15, we're attacking here. That's only at 1. Not elite. Yeah, you're still not thinking about if it was elite, Grant. You didn't think about it there at all, did you? No, it would have been alright actually this time. But think about it. So yeah, we're going to have the weapons there, aren't we? That was a full strength. Yeah, this guy's gone. Even doubled to 2. He's gone. So yeah, I'm not gonna look at the movement because I'm not really got the time left. So I'm just gonna do the easy stuff, the fun stuff, make the attacks. So well, options here are. I think I said blue was more important than red, didn't I? That was just for the possibility of maybe getting some units here. So, but would we not have to take the green out? No, he's got a step loss. So that's 5. No enhancements to that guy though. That's 1-8 as well. Has he got range? No, he has not. And that's 3-8, which doesn't help. Oh, there's a tank there. Does green fire into there though? It does not. Always something that gets in the way. Yeah, I should probably look for that first. I don't think. Yeah, I get the feeling green only fires into here. I don't think it fires into that hex either. Oh, it does. Okay, you thought wrong, Grant. So we could have a look in here then. We're going to be attacking with A18, so that's not any good. That's not any good. No, none of it's any good. So if you make an attack on that green, you've got 5 strength. I'm getting a free action to do it. Oh, I'm just going to have a go at it, I think. I can't... no, hang on. What about using these artillery points? Yeah, I could do that because I'm in command of a regimental HQ. And remember, these are for the 2nd Marine Division, which I almost blundered and forgot about. So... Hi! Right, sorry for that. Just noticed the dog was chewing away at a cable again. Ugh, like... Yeah. Wait, where was I? Yeah, about using artillery points. Oh, I'm at the page, good. US unit is in command of a range of a regimental HQ, CP, and is in the field of fire of the target hex, and has radios. Oh, and has radios. Ooh. Well, I think if we're adjacent to an HQ that's got... because we don't actually have a radio on the unit. But I'm not right in saying that this supplies a radio if you're adjacent to it, if you're attacking. I want to say that's right. Yeah, it's on that same page 17. 8.2.5 HQ radios. US regimental HQ units possess radios. A weapon requirement for defeating certain Japanese units. A US unit attacking a Japanese position from an adjacent hex when in command of an HQ may include the HQ's radio among its weapon capabilities. So, yeah, I think that entitles me to have a radio. So I've got 5. Now we've got... yeah, because artillery would actually bring a couple more weapons as well, because probably the weapons that's the worry here, isn't it? Bazooka, machine gun, demolitions, and obviously I've got a radio. But the artillery gives... what does artillery give? It gives AR and demolitions. Oh, I've got demolitions, great. So how many do I want to use? Well, I might want to use some on this as well, possibly. attack from there, which is in command, because that does have a depth marker. You know what? I'm only going to use 1 point. That takes me to 6, which is a better number than 5. Clearly, Grant. But obviously 3 times 2 is 6, you know? Like, you get where I'm coming from there. Whereas, 5 is not. So 5 wouldn't be 3 to 1, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to use 1 point artillery. And it gives me the weapons with doing that as well. So I think I can do it that way. It just says you can't use any more than 4. So, okay, let's do it. Free action. So 6 strength. Attacking. No enhancements to this guy. What is it? It's only a 1 again. Oh, it's got flanking. That's a pity. But what did I say? Green does fire into there. I'm just looking at the possible hexes that we can... No, that messes it up, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Because I can't go there. I'll not be able to trace through there or there because of the yellow fire. So yeah, that's messed it up. We needed to take that green out. We do have 6 to 1. So we've got 3 to 1, but we don't have the weapons. However, which takes us to 2 to 1, and he's on his own. He is disrupted. So there is that. But yeah, I think that kind of messes things up. Well, an hour and a minute. So I'll try and take on this blue position. Or shall leave it for tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm maybe going to leave things there. That's at an hour, and it's definitely going to take another part just to finish things off here. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see the close combat. Looks like we made a real mess of things down there with that. Didn't notice that. Yeah, a lot of things to keep your eye on, as you'd expect in a game like this. But yeah. Well, not any major issues come up there. I think some of the issues I'm just kind of sort of gliding past them now because, well, we don't know for sure with some of the things. I'm not sure there was much came up there though, admittedly. So, right, okay, I'm going to leave it for now, and that'll be, things will die down a little bit now. Although I'm probably keen to come back in the next couple of days. Whether I'll get a shot tomorrow or not, I'm not sure. And then to at least get this finished. I know I've made that blunder down there, but that certainly wouldn't have affected the points. And what I could do is I could revisit and look at that again to see if I can put a fix to it. Although I went and moved these guys into position thinking we've got enough strength. But I'm not so sure we have now. But it would have been these units that felt the brunt of that. However, the problem was I think we got disruption on this, and that would not have happened. And then I think we drew yellow in the next fire phase. That would have fired rather than removing its disruption. So I think that's where, and it's difficult to fix that really. Yeah, it's kind of impossible to really fix it, isn't it? Well, I could say, okay, that would have fired and hit such and such, but then, yeah, it's a bit of muddle, really. Well, I don't know. We'll see. And I'd say it might not matter because if we can't get the 15 points, then I'm pretty sure that is a loss. So, well, it does say that if you get between 15 and 24, it's a draw. So I'm assuming if you didn't get the 15, you would certainly not be able to carry on to the next, with the campaign anyway. So we would be done there anyway. So, and it's look at the close combat we've got ahead of us. I mean, we really need to get real lucky with the cards. We're getting that's 3 steps, 5, 7. So we've got the 7 steps. So we've got 4 cards for that, haven't we? We get 1 for the flamethrower. That's 5. Yeah. So we're getting our full set of 5 cards, which you would hope to get. No heroes, obviously, but which would add the other one. But they're going to get Now, that's going to count as 1 unit, I believe. So my thinking is 1 for the unit, 1 for the depth, 1 for the 4 strength, that's 3 cards, and then 2 for the 2 CCs. So I think they're getting 5 cards too. The good thing is we do have it disrupted, so, but, well, we need to get luckier. Right, okay, I'll come back maybe tomorrow, maybe next day, and we'll get it finished off, and yeah, who knows what will happen next. Okay, cheers guys.